Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I just want to show you me playing around with something that I wanted to try out for a really long time. That's Prism, a project that allows you to try out LLMs, basically like ChatGPT or Claude, using Laravel. I think it's a really nice thing to do, and it will make working with LLMs a lot easier for the typical Laravel developer. So let's have a look. Just to kick off, I've got an empty Laravel project, version 11.38. I've installed it using the typical API starter kit for Laravel Breeze. Nothing's fancy. And I'm just going to start using the docs installing the project. So we've got this. Let's double check. PHP version, and this should be 8.3, yes. I also showed you that we've got Laravel 11, so I will just go ahead, copy this to install Prism, and there you go. And then what we will do is also just straight publish the configs, and that means we will have a Prism config file. Let me open this up, and then we will see we've got a few things here. And one thing we saw here is we need to provide the provider details. In our case, we will need to go to our end file and add a Anthropic API key. And we can do that here. I just created a dummy Anthropic account, and I had to add some initial credits so that I can play around with this. I will call this testing Prism. I'll make sure that I delete this later on, so don't bother even trying using this. It's not gonna work. So, but we've got this API key now, and then I think that's it when it comes to setup. So we can go ahead. We've done the configuration by publishing the vendors. We've provided our API key, and there you go. What's the Prism server? I will just leave it as is for now, but let's just start with the typical thing. So in our code, I've got our default route, which currently returns the app version as we've seen here, and I'm going to use this route to just try out the sample that is provided in here. Prism text, and then using the provider Prism text using provider enums Anthropic, and then we need to pass in the model. So I will just copy this over and then just generate the default prompt. And then I want to just return this response, and I want to see what I'm getting out of this. Okay, they're returning the text, so let me return the text first, and then we can see what you're getting back. So I will refresh this, and it's complaining about model not found. So what did I do here? Claude Sonnet 3 doesn't seem to exist. So let me have a look. What do I... Configuration, did I miss something here? Maybe I only have access to a certain model or something. So let me just have a look. Dashboard or workbench. Oh, let me just copy this over then. 24, 10, 22. So I guess I need to update the Anthropic version as well so that I can get access. 2024, 10, 22. So 2024, 10, 22. I've saved this. And now let's have another try. It's not a valid version. Is it without the dashes? No. Code 3 minus 5. And then let's give it another go. Clearly, I'm missing something. So what I will do is I'll quickly run through this and then get back to you as soon as I find the solution for this. All right. That went way quicker than I thought. So basically what I need to do is I need to provide the entire model as a basically the entire model as the model name here, and then I just left the version as is. I think that seems to work, so I will stick with it. But now you can see I've got my story here. That's basically the response. One thing I want to try is because I've returned the entire text, but I want to see what the feedback is going to be if I return the entire response. I expect something structured to come out of this, so I will have a look because it might be useful. Okay, can I do something like to array? No. To JSON. Let's have a look. What can I do with responses? Let me just dump this whole thing, then I can see what this is. What happens if I do this? There we go. So I get a good amount of things. So I get steps. I get the response messages. Interesting. I think, and then here, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I would say this is a good start. What I will try is, what else do we have here? We have like the tools. We've got structured output. So I think this is something I would want to try, for example. Let me try this. I want to have this string schema. And then I will try the whole thing again. Still use the same model because I don't want to use a... Can I not use this? I will give it a go, and then I will see. This needs to be structured, and then I will, let me just dump this whole thing, and then we will see. There you go. We've got a full, like, is that JSON? So if I returned this as structured, what would I get? Yeah, I would get a proper JSON response. So what we can do now is, just by using these simple like setup, like what was this, like 10 minutes of me trying this out, I could potentially create a nice user interface where the user fills out a form or something. I could send this to OpenAI, or in my case Claude, get a structured response back, and I will like have a decent like AI based application. This is what people will call a wrapper around Claude or OpenAI or whatever, but I think it's a good starting point. And as you can see, there is a lot more to try out, so I haven't even touched the biggest things. So I'm curious. I will try this out, and I will see what more I can do with this. My general idea is I want to try something for MaxArt, which is one of my fitness products, and I want to see if I can use this to either generate workouts, which is an interesting topic for me, or generally do something about like nutritional value tracking, because that's something that at least in my personal opinion, I haven't something usable, user-friendly that does the same job. But yeah, that's just me. I hope this helped you in a way. If you have any questions or you can't follow the same thing as I did, let me know, and I'm happy to like explain things in the comment section. See you.